Welcome back to Farawa. We are just emerging from a very cold winter and looking forward to the wonders of spring. Though they are only available fresh in the warmer months, drying flowers can preserve their beauty all year long. Here are 3+ things to do with dried flowers. After harvesting, or when the flower is near the end of its life, I usually hang it upside down to preserve the color and shape. Now another and more tasty use is simply to eat them. Well, as long as they're edible. Last summer I collected and dried many herbs, some of which being mugwort, mint, dried rose hips, lavender leaves, wild sage leaves, rose petals, white clover, and many more. These are all edible and can be used for teas. Here I am preparing some dried chrysanthemum from autumn. I remove the stems and the centers before putting all the petals in a jar. Now, for loose leaf tea, aside from putting it in something like a normal tea bag, you can also use one of these mesh holders, or simply a non-dyed, clean, cotton pouch. But for this batch, I am using a teapot with a built-in cup with tiny slits to let the herbs diffuse. First I am putting a few tablespoons of chrysanthemum flowers and mint into the cup. Then the cup submerges into the teapot with hot water. This one has a candle that goes underneath to keep it warm. The tea was much better than I thought. I hadn't had many homemade herbal teas before. Now, if your flowers are non-edible or have been sprayed with chemicals from the store, aside from using the hanging method to dry, you can also press them. Find a big book or many books and scrap paper. Put the scrap paper on one page, arrange your flowers on top, and lay the scrap paper over them before closing the book. This prevents the pages from being stained, and depending on the type of paper, a normal printer paper or writing paper will absorb the moisture from the plants more than if a book has glossier pages like this one. I actually pressed these the first day of spring this year, and since a few of them were thicker, it took longer to dry. After a few weeks, I opened the book and took out the completed ones. Previously, I had only stored them in the books, but that is bad for the binding if you have too many flowers inside. So you can keep them in a box or a drawer, or really whatever you want. My uncle gave me this box a long time ago, and the use has changed throughout time, but I think it is perfect for flower pressings. I moved the other things into other containers. I'd also been keeping some pressings in a small box, but moved them into the larger one as well. There are so many things you can do with flower pressings. You can arrange them into an art piece, send them in the mail, or right here, I am using them to decorate a letter. We hope you learned something, got inspired, or simply just enjoyed watching. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.